Namo Gurave Namo Buddhaya Namo Dharmaya Namo Sanghaya. Buddha says there is a time, absolute exhaustion of all suffering. That is called cessation because it is ceased to have all sufferings. It is ceased, exhausted, no more bearable all sufferings, which is also peace, great peace, because it already avoided, purified all negativities, and it is the cessation of avoiding, purifying all negativities. And then the satisfaction. It is a true satisfaction because it's not only pure part of purity of suffering. Purity of suffering, I don't mean the best part of suffering. I mean all sufferings are finished or exhausted, ceased, and that cessation which is free of all sufferings, plus it is also the free of all afflictive emotions or negative karma, all totally. So it is always great, always joy, and it is always pure. And that is because what you call it is satisfying, satisfactory, satisfying, you satisfy. It is also renounce. It is also renounce because you have renounced all these negative parts, such as suffering, cause, etc. You not only simply renounced, but you renounce it in such a way that once for all they're gone, they cannot revive. You renounce it in such a way that they cannot revive, so therefore it is gone once for all, and that's why it is renounced. So the four criteria: renouncing, satisfaction, as well as a peace and a cessation. So four criteria are cessation, because it is the cessation of suffering and suffering. It is the peace because it is a free speech, it's a freedom from the cause of suffering. It is a satisfaction because it has a totally pure and good. It is always good and pure because it is completely gone of all suffering, and therefore it is always good. In the sense, it is good temporarily and good for permanent, and that's why it is satisfaction. It is renouncing because you have renounced all negativities. Not only you renounced temporarily, but you renounce it and so never again, never grow again. So therefore, that is the 4 criteria of cessation. So thus you have the definition of cessation, and also I talk to you what is liberation is all about it. Some people think that it never exists. Some people think it is a temporary thing, yet you go back, same old thing. And then some people even go to the extent of eons, not only centuries, but eons, and you sort of enjoy the state of peace state, free of direct appearance of negative action or afflictive emotions, or even it is influences. But yet imprint is not completely over, so it can come back. That doesn't mean the liberation has a fall back, because that person is not liberated, temporarily reduced or rejected or subdued, temporarily, completely subdued. I talked to you earlier that meditator yogi sits for a long time and his or her hair grows to the ground and start growing up. Mice is making the bases and getting disliking develop, and then irritation may develop, and then that yogi sees the irritation can bring the anger again back, and that anger brings the hatred back. All of those, they can even see it, so think there is no such a thing called really pure liberation. Even you're liberated, you get back those. So which is the person actually, Buddha saying, person actually did not liberated, but he thought he's liberated. So misdiagnosis or misrecognition of a cessation. So that's why these 4 criteria becomes important, and that also very important for us as a practitioner, because that will make a difference. That will really basically provide a fundamental basis whether we should put efforts or not. Because if there is no point, at the end of the point is wrong, why should we have to put lifelong efforts, which is not easy? And if we want easy, there are a lot of other things. And if you want enjoyment, there's a lot of other things also too. So why should we do all this? Because this becomes quite an important. Although, as I said earlier too, because though we are the concluding part of this, because I don't want go and talking about this Four Noble Truth next year continue. Though one or two at the beginning of the year I may have to, but other than that, I don't want it. So I will end this particular series and start something else, because otherwise there will be no end to it. And so this series has to be finished. So I'm sort of really throwing the, but doesn't mean your knowledge, your understanding, your study is ending it here. No, because it will be there in the different forms. When you talk about the wisdom, we are talking about the self. We are talking about what is the self, where is it, and all of this will come in. That's really what it is. So this is just the beginning and not an ending. So I think that should be about it. And so I think since it's been 2, 3, 4 of them been recorded together, so I would like to say thank you so much. And so then probably next week I'll be here, and that will be the Sunday. That is just before Christmas, so maybe one Sunday after New Year. So I will be talking to you. And thank you so much. And meanwhile, I wish you very happy holiday. And if I did not talk to you before the New Year, have a very, very good and happy, prosperity, joyful, love, compassion oriented New Year, that enjoyable year with love, compassion. Thank you.